How's everybody doing?
Doing well. How
Okay,
about
let's
you?
see. Doing good.
Joe, can you talk about the importance of seeing your defense have a bounce back from the game they had in Santa Clara to being able to, close the game out in the fashion they did against Los Angeles?
Yeah, we want to be consistent. We want to put a certain brand of football on the field, and what we did against the 49ers definitely wasn't it. And it was a group thing. It wasn't players, it wasn't coaches, it was all of us. And so we want to play a consistent brand of football that makes it hard for teams to score. That's the number one thing. And we did a better job of it this past week, but it wasn't a clean or perfect game by any means of the imagination. There were open players that the quarterback just didn't hit. Our communication can be better, and hopefully we can get to a place where we can grow and not have those open players where we're making the quarterback work harder to find receivers down the field.
Are you and Dan like fire and ice? I mean, he's going crazy, and you're so calm in the press box.
Well, he's really emotional. That is who he is. He's such a good person from that standpoint. I am always thinking about the next play, and so even when we intercept one for the touchdown and everybody's going crazy, my mindset is okay. Which players are tired? Who do we need to switch out? All right, who's on kickoff team? Bland, who intercepted that touchdown, he's on kickoff team. Hey, tell Bones to pull him off a kickoff team because he needs a blow. That's where my mind instantly goes. I'll get excited after we get the win. But you need coaches to get excited, especially the coaches on the field, because that's the energy bus that keeps those players going. That's why I do better in the box because, like I said, I'm constantly thinking of what's happening next. What are we going to get to next?
How big was that game for a lot of your young players? The Chargers game, you had Bell, and
Mm-hmm.
even you had Clark, even though it's the second year, but this is getting a lot of reps. How big was that for second-year guys, or even young guys, to make contributions?
Well, that's the NFL. This is a young man's league. I think Bell, in particular, to make the transition from safety to linebacker and get a high number of reps with the communication, what he has to do with the front, setting the front, moving the guys, and Clark as well, with being another young guy. I thought they did a really nice job in their communication, their speed. You saw that speed come to life. And then we asked the veteran guys as J.K. and Donovan on the outside of those guys to help them with the communication from a coverage standpoint. And so we don't ask one person to do it, we ask the team to do it together.
A lot of time when we talk about complementary football, it's offense, defense, special teams. But within the defense, the front, the back, the pass rush, the coverage, how important is that complementary part of the defense where everything is working together?
Well, especially when you're talking about the pass game, it's the most important. It's the rush and cover, and sometimes the rush, they get there and something might be open and the quarterback can't get the ball there, or sometimes on the back end we make the quarterback hold it. He gets to his first, second, third, or a nice hit. So it's a perfect marriage. And AD and I, we do a lot of talking of, okay, when he can run games or what coverages do we work together, especially when we get to some of our more exotic type of pressures of what he can do or how we're going to protect him from the back end. So it is a marriage, and I think, like I said, AD and myself, we do a great job of working together and making sure that we're on the same page.
Getting back to Bell,
Mhm.
did y'all see him as a linebacker when he came out of college? You can talk about the evolution of going to safety, back to linebacker, and his ability to tackle.
Well, one thing, talking about Bell and just talking about our defense in general, okay? It's really, and I think the NFL is going to trend this way, it's positionless type defense. He's a good football player, okay? We want as many good football players on the field as possible. You can say he's a linebacker, but when we play our dino package, what is JK? He's a linebacker, all right? But then we can go into our hippo package, and what is Ye in our hippo package? He's a corner, all right? So it really doesn't matter. You can put them. We're going to put as many good football players on the football field and allow them to show their skill set. And so we don't limit it by position. All right, we don't do that. Now, by position, is he a linebacker now? Yes, but he's playing some of the same roles that he played when he was the safety in our dino package. And so that helped him get into that role as a linebacker. Now, the only difference now is he has to set the front and he has to do some front things that he didn't have to do when he was playing the dino position.
When
Joe,
saw,
you guys have elite bookends on your defensive line and Micah and when he's playing DE
Yeah.
and DeMarcus Lawrence. But talk a little bit about the importance of seeing a guy like Osa be able to wreck games from the interior of the defensive line.
Osa, I think Osa is a guy that doesn't get enough credit. We talk about sacks and all that. A lot of people do. I talk about disrupting the quarterback and moving the quarterback, and Osa does a great job of that. He's a student of the game. He's physical. He plays with great physicality. So I'm just glad that he's starting to get the credit that he deserves.
As a guy who would like to be a head coach, the NFL is changing the rule that interviews won't occur to after the divisional rounds. What do you think thoughts about that? Is that good or bad for? I'm sure you guys want to go as far as you can go, but I don't know if you want to get in there as quickly as you can.
I really haven't thought about that, to be totally honest with you. My focus right now has been, and I saw that they changed the rule, but to be honest with you, my focus right now has just been on how can we play a better brand of defense. We have a group that has the opportunity to be special, and we're not playing up to that every week. You see spurts of it, but how can we consistently do that? So I'm not trying to get away from this question. Yes, I do want to be a head coach. I want to be a coordinator in this league, but my main focus right now is because it's going to help more than anything if we play a very high-level brand of defense. Nobody's going to want this product if we're not playing well. Yeah.
getting back to Bell, did you see this coming out of college? What did you like about him coming out of college?
Coming out of college, I went to his pro day down in FAMU, and the guy that coached him, I actually coached at Louisville, and so I went down there a little early, and I was able to see him just walk around. Didn't talk to him, but the way that he carried himself in the building, the way that the other players gravitated to him, I was like, okay, this is a guy that has something to him. He had that moxie about him. And then when we got there on the field and I ran his drills, and he was in and out. He didn't make mistakes. I was just impressed with how the young man carried himself. And then when he got here day one, it was been the same thing. And yes, he's an undrafted guy, but we don't care about that. All right, we just want to put great football players on the field. If you earn it, like Ye's doing it right now, he's a guy that's earning the opportunity to get more reps, and that's what Bell did, and very, very proud of him.
He's always been such a sure tackler. Is that what y'all like? His physicality,
Yeah, for a guy that's 215 pounds, he's quick. He doesn't necessarily get stuck on guards. He'll make them miss, and he'll still hit the hold. He especially in our man concepts, where we're not having to read laterally his matches in the backfield. He gets downhill right now. He has a lot of punch. He can cover tight ends. He's still going to play some of those safety type roles. I'm just pleased with what he's doing.
How much ice have you needed for your right shoulder when DQ hits you during the game?
I'm used to it now. The very first year we were together, I wasn't, because I don't like people touching me, and so I wasn't used to it. But I'm used to it now, so I expect it when we make a really big play. I expect it. So my right shoulder is strong right there, right now.
Thanks, Jim.
All right,
All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right, yep.